We are grateful to God for the grace He has shown RCCG UK over the past year. The church has grown numerically and has established itself more firmly as a pillar and a voice for the Christian community. The year has, however, not been without its battles, as the church stood against the forces of secularization and sexual immorality. Despite the challenges, the thrust for the year has been for the church to have more impact and influence in society. The following will give an overview of God's faithfulness to His church and show some of the ways the RCCG has impacted the United Kingdom. Over the year, the RCCG has played a major role in mobilizing the entire church in the UK to prayer. The church was a major catalyst and financier of the National Day of Prayer at the world-famous Wembley Stadium, where tens of thousands of Christians from across the nation gathered together for a day to pray. In another landmark event, the RCCG facilitated a weekend of prayer and fasting for churches across the nation. The significance of this weekend was the breadth of participation, with Anglican, Methodist, Baptist, Catholic, and Pentecostal churches joining together to pray, and in a departure from the norm, to fast. In June of this year, we were invited to lead a prayer session at Parliament, where Christian MPs and lords, amongst others, gathered to pray for the nation. The Festival of Life, our flagship event, continues to be acknowledged as the largest prayer gathering of its kind in the Western world.
I believe somebody is there for divine visitation tonight.
I love the Festival of Life because the Christians are taking back ground that has been lost. So can I show my appreciation to RCCG Festival of Life? You do an amazing job. You bless this nation.
Our aim is for every RCCG UK parish to play a major role in its community. To achieve this in a strategic and sustainable way, the Social Action Group was set up to provide templates that can be adopted by any RCCG church plant in any community. Its impact has been significant, as we find that the size of a church does not prevent it from being impactful, as long as it follows the template. The successes of some of our local initiatives have led them to be adopted nationally. In such a development, the Christmas Lunch on Jesus project has been adopted as a role model social initiative. The project, which began 5 years ago, involves the distribution of thousands of food hampers to the poor and needy within the local communities at Christmas time, thereby providing Lunch on Jesus. The initiative has had a great impact on thousands of lives as it depicts the love of Christ. This coming Christmas Lunch on Jesus will be franchised all over the United Kingdom. We have also established stronger partnerships with some of the most established parachurch organizations in the UK, such as Hope, Tear Fund, Care for the Family, and CAP, in order to strengthen our ability to impact our communities.
CAP is a charity that partners with churches to bring debt management to their local communities. I would like to thank RCCG for partnering with CAP. You've enabled us to reach into new communities and bring real fruit to people's lives. I can't wait to see the fruit that we bring in the future together as well.
Within their local communities, many of our churches have established food banks, which are fast becoming major tools for impacting lives. Many of these food banks influentially partner with the local councils, to the extent that such councils and social services now refer residents to our food banks. RCCG UK continues to grow through the planting of parishes all over the United Kingdom, in line with our commitment to establishing churches as a means of evangelizing, impacting, and transforming our communities worldwide. Last year, we planted 80 new parishes, and with a new initiative to aid our church planting objective and to particularly reach out to the Caucasian British people, the church has started a pilot scheme to identify and train people who will later be planted in areas that are predominantly Caucasian, so as to further encourage the planting of churches in those communities. RCCG UK has also been approached by the leadership of the Anglican Church to facilitate a joint church plant that would be symbolic of the church in the UK working together. A major focus for us over the last year was raising and equipping leaders. Our Ordained Ministers Conference with the General Overseer and Mommy Gio continues to be the foundation of this focus.
The race, we don't know how long it will be. But one thing I know is that Jesus is alive forevermore.
If there are ministers in the world who cannot stand before God and say that we were not taught, it will be ministers of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. You are taught.
Another initiative was the creation of a National Advisory Board on Education and Training, with membership from the training and educational arms of the mission, including the Bible College, the School of Disciples, the Children's, Teenage and Youth Ministries, and the Sunday School Directorate, to advise, develop, and deliver educational and training programs for RCCG UK. In anticipation of the UK government clampdown on unlicensed preachers, and to better equip our pastors, an advanced diploma in Christian ministry was developed specifically for RCCG UK in conjunction with one of the leading universities. Our aim is to ensure that every pastor serving within the RCCG's UK mission obtains this diploma. Our goal is to empower our youth spiritually and socially to be agents of change in their circles of influence. In the RCCG in the United Kingdom, we have been identifying emerging leaders in our midst and creating inspirational spaces where they can both bond and be inspired to great levels of achievement.
I spend a lot of my time on various boards. I sit on the board of the Peace Alliance. I'm the co-chairman of the Spirit of London Awards Select Committee, which is the largest youth awards in the UK. And I'm involved in politics. I sit on the management board of the Tory Reform Group, and I work in Parliament for a member.
During a landmark Emerging Leaders Breakfast in London, organized by our National Youth Ministry, young people with leadership potential from across RCCG parishes were encouraged to harness and channel their gifts so that they may flourish in a range of vital sectors such as education, legal, financial, sports, consulting, entertainment, technology, and healthcare. RCCG in the UK has become one of the most influential church institutions in the land, and its reach and impact extend into the highest spheres of UK society. At the last Festival of Life, the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police, Sir Bernard Hogan-Howe, was received as a special guest, highlighting the growing relationship between RCCG UK and the police force.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. First of all, can I say to the General Overseer and his good lady wife, to Pastor Agu, and to all the friends I've met tonight, thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. And I only had two things I was going to ask you about tonight for your help. The first one is that we need help to keep this great city safe. And you're all in churches, you've all got a belief, you all want for our great 8.2 million people to be kept safe, and I think you might be able to do something to help.
This relationship and the church's profile led Pastor Segun Adenuga, one of our pastors whose parish is close to the scene of the recent murder of British soldier Lee Rigby, to be asked to play a leading role in various events planned in honor of the fallen soldier. As part of our efforts to maintain and deepen relations with other church denominations, we were privileged to host the former Archbishop of Canterbury, the Right Reverend Rowan Williams, and we have already developed close ties with his successor, Dr. Justin Welby. To God's glory, RCCG UK continues to significantly impact the United Kingdom through prayer, various community initiatives, and the many relationships with which we have been blessed. Though so far so good, we ask that you keep us in your prayers as the journey continues.